prenatal vitamins. What are those things? I'm new to the whole, all of this information, but are these things just vitamins that your doctor gives you during pregnancy that are supposedly supposed to be healthy for you, or?
Well, supposedly, yes. That really depends on where they're coming from. Again, it's always about that source. Right. The thing with prenatal vitamins, it gives women a false sense of that they're doing what they need. They've got all bases covered. Mm-hmm. And especially those that aren't educated around nutrition at all, and they'll go to their local pharmacy or their, local Costco and get the value pack of prenatal vitamins. And that is really not going to cut it, because those aren't even bioavailable. They're just not, most of that isn't even being absorbed. So when it comes to prenatal vitamin, I do recommend that people take one. The thing is they need to take them before they're pregnant, mm-hmm. because a lot of what the prenatal vitamin does is it's going to set the stage for the first few weeks of development, for healthy development. So we're looking at, extra folic acid and things like that, and mm-hmm. and more nutrition in certain areas, more nutrients in certain areas. But we have to look at the quality. So if you can find a fermented product, all the better, and a whole foods product where you're getting the nutrients from foods, and oftentimes that will still be intact with other elements within that food. So, but it's not a substitute, and it's not an excuse to not mm-hmm. focus on healthy, whole, nourishing foods day to day, because that's really where most of the nutrition is going to come from. And there was a time where there were no prenatal vitamins,
right.
and people came out whole and healthy and a lot stronger than they are today. So really the key is to look at what your overall diet is, and to just have the prenatal vitamin on top of that, fine, but the focus is the food.
Right. Yeah, I completely agree. And I think that maybe some of those vitamins that are, they're really solid, like they've been pressed tablets, things like that, they may not be easily digestible. And I think, like you said, eating a healthy diet and maybe doing some really high quality whole food vitamins might be the way to go. So what about breastfeeding? It seems like it's coming more back into vogue a little bit, and its importance is absolutely critical, right?
Oh, absolutely. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And it's sad but what you say, it's true. It is coming back into vogue, because for a while there it was poo-pooed. And my mom tells me the story of when I was born, how I was born in a hospital, but she tells me how the nurse came with me in a bottle, and she says, well, what's that for? She said, well, to feed your baby. Mom says, no, my bottle's right here on me. I don't need that. Thank you very much. So
right.
Thank goodness my mom had the wherewithal to sometimes not listen to that professional advice out there. Mm-hmm. But yeah, again, that's where you're getting the immune factors, where you're getting the good bacteria again, you're getting the fats. Like, nature is intelligent, and that breast milk is perfectly formulated to support that healthy, quickly developing being. And it will change over time as baby grows, and its fat content will be adjusted. So it's the most important thing to be doing in those first. It's not, and the thing is, breastfeeding isn't just nutrition. Mm-hmm. It's emotional health. It's skin to skin contact, which reduces cortisol in the body, and it allows for more potential for intelligence. It reduces the stress in the baby, so they're able to put their energy into growth and development and not protection. It provides for that security of knowing that I'm right in this world and I'm getting what I deserve and what I've evolved to expect. So there's so much more that comes along with breastfeeding than just the nutrition, but the nutrition is key. It's the key in the prevention of all these allergies and asthma and all these other issues that are going on here. You cannot reformulate breast milk. And certainly in the commercial formulas, there is just no match for it. Now, yes, granted, there are a few cases where a woman isn't able to breastfeed, and I'm not trying to put any guilt out there or anything like that. If you truly can't do it, then you need to do your best. But I would recommend going to the Weston Price site mm-hmm. and making your own. And you can make something yourself a lot more nutrient dense than you can get from any can or package in the store,
right.
even if it's an organic product. So yeah, the breastfeeding is so important. And then considering breastfeeding, not just for a few months, not even just for 6 months, not even just for a year, but maybe 2 years, maybe longer. You know, in traditional societies, the average breastfeeding is a lot longer than you're going to see here, anywhere from 3 years to even some Asian societies, 10 years.
Wow.
Like it's a really long time because it fulfills so many more needs than just feeding. So yes, it is coming back and there's awareness around it, which I'm really, really happy to see. But we have a really messed up attitude, unfortunately, in our part of the world where we find it almost, it's just indecent. It's indecent often to considers being indecent to be breastfeeding in public. And I think it's up to us breastfeeding moms to make it normal, to make it something that we're just used to seeing, and get out there and just breastfeed, because feeding your baby is the most natural thing that we can do. And our babies deserve to be fed when they're hungry, wherever you are. You can't plan these things. You can't time them. You can't schedule them. He indicates that they need breast milk, then it's your job as a breastfeeding mama to provide that breast milk. You know, in traditional societies, if we were to tell them to cover up that it's indecent, how ludicrous would that be?
Right.
It's completely ludicrous. And here we are, you know, where we certain public places, they're not allowing it, or people are looking down on it, and we're covering up and all sorts of things. Whereas, you know, if we were to we just need to make it normal and acceptable and something that people just don't question, because that's just the way things are.
Yeah, no, totally. I completely agree. And I'm not really sure where the, you know, who's really causing the problem in terms of feeling like it's indecent or something. I feel like maybe it's the men, but, you know, nothing could be more natural than doing that. And I think what a lot of people maybe don't know is that, maybe you can correct me, but I believe the immune system of the baby is basically downloaded during that time, right? Of getting breast milk, right?
Absolutely. And 80% of the immune system is in our guts. Again, I keep coming back to this gut health because I cannot tell you how important it is. Anything from autism, ADD, dyslexia, all of these things are related to the health of our guts. So if we need to do whatever we can to establish a healthy gut in our babies from the beginning, from the get-go, even prior to conception, like I said earlier. But yes, the immune system is developing over the first few months of life. And if we're not providing that, then it is going to be at risk. It's going to be certainly not anywhere near the potential that it could be in strength. So absolutely, yes, all the immune factors are coming from mama at that time. So mom's immune system is really important, that the quality of her gut bacteria and the quality of her immunity. But regardless, even if she's not the healthy that she could be, baby is still benefiting from that.